Speaking of fraud, Zach, I mean, we've got a big topic today because baseball in the air. Speaking of love affairs, I love baseball. And do you know how I was like, FlurrySports Podcast coming back just in time for opening day, and no one's excited about it. Everyone, why can't baseball players stop cheating? Why can't we stop doing shit, man?
That's baseball, baby. And by the way, biggest baseball story of one of the biggest. It could turn into one of the biggest of all time, legitimately. 100%. And baseball wants to get rid of it. No, run your car over Shohei Ohtani. You don't owe him anything. Ride this story into relevance.
The hard part is they do owe him something.
I mean, a lot of money.
But they owe him about $700 million, which, by the way, guaranteed. That's why someone was like, why are they trying to sweep this under the rug? I'm like, I mean, who isn't? Dodgers? See ya. Leagues like, this guy's the face of our league. Everyone wants it gone. Even the interpreter's like, you know what? I did it.
We're recording this on the night of, and I guess, like an hour after he gave his address.
Yeah, not even. Yeah, correct.
His Gettysburg address, I guess. I don't know what. I didn't. Jake listened to it, and I obviously did not.
More like Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook.
Fair enough. That is, he does give off those vibes. Okay, so I don't know what you were saying. The translator said something. What did he say anything today or no?
He was not there today. Separate press conference today. It was just Ohtani. Ohtani's camp kind of coming out, which no longer includes him, notably. So here's the minute rundown, 30-second rundown for folks at home just trying to catch up. Came out that this big illegal gambling ring in California was busted. One of the people involved was like former MLB player Yasiel Puig, other thing alleged in there. And one of them, Ohtani's interpreter and longtime friend, like childhood friend, Ippei, was in there. And this, obviously, all the scandal, he sets up. So this is like the weird part. Ippei kind of takes it on himself, like, I'm going to clear things up. Like, I want to set the record straight because there are checks in Ohtani's name. Mentioned this. ESPN has bank statements made from Ohtani's account to like match these figures. Now, things in Ohtani's favor. Ippei apparently gave this big long spiel to ESPN that was going to come out an article basically saying, hey, I did all of this on my own. Ohtani never met with the bookie. The bookies confirmed that. Never met with Ohtani. Was never under the presumption it was Ohtani. Knew it was Ippei. But Ohtani covered for him basically like, hey, I'm in all this debt. I'm done gambling now. I need help. And Ohtani gave him the money. That was the initial claim. Then, I guess, like literal hours before that article was supposed to go out, seemingly approved by everybody, Ohtani's lawyer stepped in and was like, no. This guy stole from Ohtani. So now ESPN's like, well, what the fuck? We just did all this research. Yeah. And it's a total 180. And now they're claiming, no, that's not true. Ippei came out, like the interpreter came out and changed his tune as well. Like some people think that's suspicious, but came out and was like, no, I lied. I did steal it. But Ohtani's name's down the check. So today was the day, Zach. We got to hear from the horse's mouth himself via a different interpreter, I guess. So he spoke today, and I would say the big takeaways is takeaway one, Ohtani in no uncertain terms, because this was kind of going around, was like, what if he was the one betting and Ippei was like covering it or part of it? Mm-hmm. He stated point blank, I've never bet on sports. I abhor sports betting and gambling. I'm a very conservative person, which is kind of what we knew about him already. I would never do that. I've never gone through a middleman or anything else. And part B, I was stolen from by someone I really trusted, and it was theft. So did throw him under the bus, didn't go back to story A of like, I was trying to just help a buddy out. Because that was the weird part, was at first it wasn't like he was claiming Ohtani did the betting. He was just claiming, well, I told Ohtani I was $4.5 million in debt and he covered for me. So I think I don't know if fans are being gullible with that, because I think some fans and sports talk people are like, well, if that's the truth, why didn't he just say it? Because he'd still be in a shit ton of trouble. Like, you can't do so. Like, I get that too. Even if that is what happened, they can't say that. So that's where we're at, Zach. That is the story of the day. I will say, and this is my funny note to you, it has come out since, because people were doing something. Because at first people were like, what if Ipe is just covering for him? He maybe has a history of being a little bit of a con man. It has since been discovered he had a blurb that he apparently, this was, Ohtani's like, this is the guy I want for my translator. Like, okay, can you describe your job history and we'll post it online, and the blurb that was posted on the Angels website for like years while Ohtani was there was, this is Ipe. He is a professional broadcaster, graduated from this University of California school, I believe Riverdale, has worked for the Yankees and the Red Sox in the past for this Japanese player. None of that's true. Why in the blurb, never graduated from that college, has never worked for another MLB team before. So yeah, not true. Apparently but that's the piece I don't get about that. Everyone's like, see, he lies. And I'm like, yes, but another example of like Ohtani must have known.
Yeah.
And that one in a vacuum may be harmless, because it's like Ohtani just picked a buddy who could speak both English and Japanese and gave him a job, which I don't mind, but here we are. So here we land, Zach, and to undercut it before we get your opinions, I mean, for folks listening at home, like, what's the big deal? Betting is literally baseball's cross to die on.
Yeah.
Like, it is the one cheating scandal they have consistently been iron fist on. The two major scandals in baseball's history, the Black Sox scandal and the Pete Rose scandal, both of those entities are banned from baseball for life. So if Ohtani is like in any way was betting on especially baseball, but I think sports in general and covering it up, he will never play baseball again. And I do think the alternative to that is he gets no suspension time.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's no in between. He either is donezo or he'll play opening day and he'll never get suspended.
Right. I think it did come out, at least from what – I don't think everything's public, obviously. But most of the betting was not on baseball. None of it was on baseball. Correct. What we know, which, again, baseball is doctoring everything we hear, just so we all are very much aware of this. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani had no idea. He was betting. Like, let's not be fucking dumb here. Like, there's no shot in hell. He was very much going through a guy. And weird. This guy is a con artist. So is Ohtani. And what did I tell you, Jake, when the Dodgers signed Shohei Ohtani? I said, okay, great. We got one team off the list that isn't going to win the World Series.
It's true. He's a born loser.
He's a loser. That's what everyone's missing out of this entire thing. Shohei Ohtani's a loser. That's what he does.
I do have one rebuttal to that, which is he certainly went through a lot of work for a middleman to write his own name on the checks.
Yeah. Wait, whose name was on the checks?
Shohei's name was on the checks.
Yeah, he signed his own checks.
I don't know. I do think Shohei's kind of come across very naive in the past. I think his friend did it, and he came to him and said, I need money. And Shohei said, idiot, here's $400. I think he didn't realize it, and he paid for him.
By the way, that number is not correct. There's no shot. It's going to be higher.
This is, by the way, one bookie. Yeah, this is higher for sure. By the way, someone was like, $4.5 million, that's so many. No one just bets $4.5 million.
No, of course not. Especially someone who's very rich now. And someone who is a notable loser. You're saying the only thing we know two things about this entire case, Jake. One, Ohtani loses whatever he does. And the other thing is someone lost a lot of money betting. Why can't we just connect that dot?
Correlation.
Like, boom.
It is also, it's so baseball to like, can we just like clear this up? Why do we have a half-baked ESPN article that we all know what it says? But I can't read the actual article. And then we come out and now everything's different. And why wasn't this one statement? When the whole time you want to talk about things we know, Ipe and Ohtani are agreeing with each other. That has been consistent the whole time, but it's just changed together. Like, so that's so suspicious.
Super. It feels like they keep, it feels like the MLB is in a boardroom planning, like, okay, what's the next thing we release? How do we control this storyline? So the golden child is fine. We're not going to Pete Rose him. He has to stay the face of the MLB. Let's make him the ultimate baby face. Not only like, oh, he just got a bunch of money. He's super rich. Now he's not like the underdog anymore. Oh, he got stolen from. Now, he didn't just get all this money stolen. It's from his best friend. Shohei Ohtani's in a country where he doesn't speak the damn language. It is the only voice box he has betrayed him. He is the ultimate baby face.
To be fair, that is so sad. Like, it is hard for me because he's either, think about that, he is either the ultimate crook who's thrown his only friend under the bus so that he can continue to profit for, by the way, the next 30 years and be the richest man in California, or his only friend did betray him. So it is like, I don't know which way to go. I think what we're seeing is the cynical side of fans come out of like, this can't be this cut and dry. He just stole the money from him. And if so, this is going unnoticed. If so, he stole the money and then telling Ohtani's people, don't worry, I'll come clean in the ESPN article, and then sugarcoating it. Awesome. Yeah. That is cool. That is very funny. Don't worry, I'll admit it. And he's like, okay, I did it. But he helped. It's funny. They're like, oh, no, take it back. Okay.
It just makes sense that Ohtani's behind it because we already know he's a gambling man. How much money did he sign a contract for this year?
I think $725 million.
How much money does he get paid?
$725 million.
No, this year.
Oh, apologies. $2 million.
$2 million. Why? How could a superstar not take more money? Because he thought he had a big ass parlay that's about to fucking hit on soccer. He's like, we're good, dude. We're fine.
To be fair, Samford looked good, dude.
Yeah, he did. He's always chasing that next win. He's a degenerate like me, like all of us who bet. He thought the next win was around the corner, and he's still chasing. He's still trying.
And just like that, folks, Zach's backing out Ohtani.
I mean,
that's where I thought that was going. He's like me. We're in this together.
That's true. Yeah, it's us against the world, Ohtani. Come on the show. I'll be your translator.
Let him play. I think a few things are going on. This is such shitty timing for baseball. They're like, can we talk about this in like, I don't know, 3 months when it's June and we don't have anything to talk about?
Weren't they also like in Korea?
Yes.
Yeah, so like the focus is, he was over there, right? Like it's
100%. He was supposed to be the superstar.
Did he play when he was over there then or no?
Yes, he played. Reportedly, there are reactions of him finding out the news in the Dodger locker room.
Oh, I was hoping it would be like the manager comes out while he's at an at-bat. It's very much a George W. reading a children's book, finding out the train towers went down. Like Ohtani's just freaking out on the mound. That'd be great.
Yeah, he was in the locker room and apparently was crestfallen and had reactions. So could that be staged? Yes. So that's the whole thing is like he knew about it. He so didn't know about it that he found out hours after the rest of us did.
Well, isn't the one first, like jokes aside, the one guarantee is he definitely knew something, right?
Well, no, and here's why. And that people are really hanging on to that, Zach. But I think what the accusation is that his signature or accounts were forged.
Why does his translator have access to his accounts?
Because he's also his childhood best friend.
That
part hasn't been explained anywhere, Zach, but that is the accusation. It's not bamboozlement. He didn't trick Ohtani into giving him money. That hasn't been alleged. The allegation is theft. And what we know about the case was that checks were made in Ohtani's name. I could be wrong. I think the assertion there is that we have a catch me if you can going on. I think we've got a little forgery happening. The other claim that heard is like the same way that you or I, as poor people, might be like, I'm buying a house, but I'm going to put my parents' name on it. Right. That how does this translator get all this money? He tells the bookie, well, do you know who my boss is? He puts his name on it to say, that's how I'm going to get your goddamn money. But that's not what the article's saying. The article's saying we have bank statements with Shohei's name on it. So, but I'm just telling you, I think that's what the fuck's happening there. That has not been explained at all. That didn't get touched on today, but he has not disputed the bank statements and he's claiming theft. So I think that's what's happening is he's claiming somehow he got access to his account. I hope
next week.
God, they go back to a press conference and the translator's like, they're asking what your bank numbers are.
Yeah. I mean, that's
probably... What was your first pet's name?
I mean,
it's a weird question from The Guardian.
Let's go back in time, Jake. And I'm going to say a point that I said 2 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Stephen A. was right. Ohtani learned fucking English. Like, this all would have been avoided.
I don't know if that's what's going on. I think he had to pick better friends. I won't defend Stephen A. Not even for an iota. No. That, that, by the way, that's coming up in a podcast.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Looks like we should have picked a better role model, huh?
Yeah.
A different face of baseball. Wow. If only he didn't have a translator. That sucks. That is what he's going to say, isn't it?
Whoops.
He's going to say that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't claiming the language. I meant his translator was shady.
I'm not. I couldn't say it then, but I heard some things. That'll be Stephen A.
He was at the same restaurant as Zion Williamson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I forgot he said that, so I made that joke. It's my favorite thing. I've got sources in a restaurant in Louisiana.
Yeah.